don't know what I'm doing. Uh, 101.6. So I took zinc, vitamin D3, vitamin K2, vitamin C, drank a bunch of water, and some daytime NyQuil and see how it knocks it out. I don't know if it's safe or not, but she came in here. She knows I'm sick. Right, baby? You know I'm sick. You know Papa's sick. You know Papa's sick. She knows I'm sick. She knows I don't feel good. I fell asleep for about 45 minutes, but then woke right back up. I think I might actually have COVID. It's starting to get hard for me to breathe a little bit. And I was getting these segments where I was having a pant, and then it would go away. Then I just remembered to just meditate, just close my eyes and just think about a clear passageway in my lungs, and it was just like nice and easy breaths, not to get myself so excited. And then I started to calm down, and then everything started to go back to normal again. Yeah, this one's a rough one. I haven't been this sick in a long time. Yeah, this is weird. Well, I'm starting to come around now. It went from my throat up into my nose, into my eyes, into my head, and then I fell asleep for like half hour, 45 minutes. Then fell asleep again. Took a COVID test. PET tested negative for COVID. Took some ibuprofen and stopped taking all the Theraflu and the Dayquil and stuff like that. When I took 5 200 milligram ibuprofen, everything started to clear up within moments. I mean, moments meaning like 15-20 minutes. The headache started to go away, and now I'm coming down from it. No more fever, a little bit of body aches and stuff, and now I'm starting to feel normal. But to kick all this off, I took like 4,000 milligrams of vitamin C. I took about 50, micrograms or milligrams of zinc. I took 15,000 international units of vitamin D3 and like 350, I don't know what is vitamin K2 in. I think it's the D3 and that K2 together, MK7 formula. I took about 350 units of that, and then just hydrated. Started drinking some zero sugar Gatorade, and then everything started to shift up into my face, to the top of my head. And then once the headache started, I dealt with the headache for a couple hours, and then I took 5 200 milligram ibuprofen, and then the headache started to go away. All the swelling, everything's starting to clear up. I'm starting to feel much better now. Fever broke. So, it's been a long day. Well, next morning, the only side effect I have is one of my nostrils is a little plugged up. My breath is starting to come around. My chest doesn't hurt as much breathing as it did yesterday. And one of my ears, 98.1. Big difference from yesterday. But all my symptoms are like, I did the COVID test, came back negative. But all of my symptoms actually come back as pneumonia, that I'm getting over pneumonia. So anyway, kind of weird. Because there was a pain in my chest when I breathe like that, deeper. It hurt a little, and I was reading the symptoms on pneumonia, and it says that's what it is. It's chest pain. When you breathe deeper, it'll hurt, and you get like a fluid feeling on the lungs. It will start to drain. You'll be spitting stuff up eventually, and it'll almost be harder to get enough oxygen. So you breathe in weird, And that's exactly what was going on. But anyway, it's going down. I'm getting better, and I'm stuck in this room by myself right now. I just hope that, when I left work yesterday, the parts guy was like, oh yeah, I was just sick too. Just kind of like same symptoms as you. So that's probably where I got it from. Yeah. I ended up getting some news from the dealership I worked at, Dundee Ford in East Dundee. I just recently left them because they couldn't come to a compromise with me on at least giving me a temporary foreman spot while I was going through physical therapy and recovering from a work injury. And the reason they wouldn't do it and they wanted me to go home, I finally pretty much figured out the reason why. Yesterday they came in and they told all the employees they have 30 days and they're closing the dealership down. Ford has stepped in that area and closed down 4 dealerships that are not hitting their quota with car sales. And they're shutting down 4 dealerships. Yeah, there's a lot of dealerships in the entire, well, just in general. Farley, the CEO, he wants it to be more of a Tesla-based purchasing style anyway. And if you're not selling cars, well, he'd rather not even have to worry about dealing with you then, unless you're a value dealer. And then you'll be a model like a Tesla model, where you look online, you kind of figure out what you want, you go to a dealership and stuff, and you it's not a dealership now, it's like a gallery. And then you go drive the vehicles that are there, figure out what you want, and then you order it. And it's more apparent now than ever that that's exactly what's going on, especially with Ford coming in and closing down 4 different dealerships in the area, and then all the employees at that dealership getting notice. They're going to have to go to one of the other dealerships in the auto group. Toyota, Hyundai. Now Hyundai, the Hyundai dealer is now building a second part onto the building called Hyundai Genesis. So you have Hyundai and then you have the Genesis side, which are 2 different showrooms. So they are adding on to the Hyundai dealers. It's a special edition segment that they're, anyway, that the employees are going to be relocated to other dealerships. Then they have to start all over again. Then I found out the dealership, the guys that own the dealership, actually bought a Ford dealer down in Peoria, Illinois. And the inventory at this store is going to go down to the Peoria location, which is about, I think, 4.5 hours south of here. And the inventory is going to go down there. No wonder why they didn't want to create a new position for me. They weren't going to keep the Ford dealership in business long anyway, so I made the right call by leaving and going to become a general manager at the independent shop. I knew something was wrong. Something had to be wrong. They were not doing what they were supposed to do car-wise, value-wise, to keep that store afloat. And somebody higher up, about 7 or 8 months ago, had said something to me about they're in corporate at Ford, that store wasn't doing very good sale-wise, and Ford was actually hinting around at possibly not keeping that store open, because for years it's been declining in sales, and it's just, there's no way of recovering from it now. It's too far gone. Good thing I didn't stay. Well, anyway, that's the update on me being sick and an update on my previous job. And I'll throw this in here. Here's a couple cars getting towed off the lot from yesterday. I promised you guys I'd get some video footage, and I do have some. I didn't get the third one because I was in the middle of the day. I was sick, and they were towing the cars so fast and I was busy. I didn't catch the third one. So we ended up getting rid of a Audi Q7, like a 2012 Audi Q7, a 1985 Mercedes, and a
2009 Mercedes R350. All of them got towed out of there yesterday. We got more to go, but we got to get letters out to those people. Here's some video footage.
Vehicle number 1 out of our way. Not gonna be a problem for us anymore. This driver is good. Man, he's good. He knows what he's doing. This freaking guy is good, man. They didn't even stop. Angled the vehicle all kind of different ways and got it right out of here. No problem at all. We got Alpha Elite Detailing out here. Scrub a dub, baby. 6 in a tub. Number 2. Hasta la vista. Chiquitita. Well, the last tow, I could not record, but it's gone. The Mercedes R350 is gone. The guy came in, he was already hooked up, and he was ready to pull off, and I feel terrible. I've got a fever. I've got a headache. It went from my glands up into my nose, and in front of my eyes and my forehead. I know I got the flu. So I'm actually going to go home and then continue this tomorrow.